to another episode of Game Time. I'm JP Murrieta, and this week we're at Ruidoso High School, home of the Warriors, and I should say the state champion Warriors football team, and head coach Keith Johnson. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
How does it feel to be a state champ again with the blue trophy right down next to you?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's just, can't be more proud of these young men for everything that they've accomplished this year. And it always feels good to come away and put up our stuff this morning. You know, we put away our things, but it's always better with this feeling instead of the old feeling of after you lose a ball game. But you feel you're on a high. Everybody's on a high around here.
You beat St. Michael's in the championship game 12-0 with 2 touchdowns in not only the first half, but the first quarter.
First quarter.
Did you think those 2 touchdowns were going to hold up? Did it play out the way you thought it would?
Well, you know, I knew we were going to win the ball game. I really did. I had a great feeling that day that our guys were ready. They prepared. They've wanted this since last year, losing to Lovington. You know, I wasn't sure if 2 touchdowns was good enough because St. Mike's has come back. They came back against Raton. Coach Barrera over here told them, you know, hey, you got to finish this thing at halftime because they've come back. So, you know, after we scored those, I thought we were going to score a couple more, but their defense was tough also, and you know, it became a defensive battle, and each other's defense just shut each other down, kind of.
When I talked to you before the playoffs started, you told me that you had a feeling this group could win it all. You kind of had that mentality going into it. What gave you that belief that this team had what it takes to lift the blue trophy?
You know what? Their hard work, and here we are in our weight room. This is where they put in their work, and they wanted this since last year. They were mad after losing, and the way they came back. You know, we've won in the years past. After we won, teams didn't work as hard. It's like they already got it, and this team, they were mad that they lost, so they were coming back and working hard, and I knew we had the potential, but I knew 3A was tough. Even though we moved down a classification, I knew it was going to be tough.
How has that adjustment been going from 4A to 3A? You'd wanted it 3A before. You kind of bounced back and forth. What was it like, that transition this year?
You know, a couple of new opponents. We've never played Raton before. At least I've never coached against them. I know Ruidoso has in '98. But Dexter, having to go down there to Dexter for the district championship. Tucumcari, never have coached against Tucumcari. So we had some new teams that we had to face and had to overcome some challenges with that. And but these guys, you know what, they come ready to work, and we focus on 1 week at a time and don't look ahead. We try not to even talk too much about state champions, just more of practice like a champion, act like a champion, and the rest will take care of itself.
Well, your defense acted like a champion all season long,
yes,
about
sir.
Maybe 5-6 shutouts all year, including the state championship
That's
game.
Right.
Have you had a defense like this before in your 16 years of coaching?
And, you know, we've had some salty defenses, but this one, you know, really shutting people down, and you know, I think we only averaged 9 points a game. This defense has just been salty, and we talk about that. When we saw them early on in the season, I think week 2 we were playing Chaparral, and when they flew around, or week 3, and they completed a pass about 15 yards down the field, and we had 10 white jerseys smothering that guy down the field. We had something special. A team that will swarm and has heart and desire to get to the football will be special.
It always seems to be a topic this time of year, home field during the state playoffs, specifically the finals. You guys went on the road as the better seed and still walked off the state champions. What's your belief as a coach, one of the veteran coaches, of how you think home field should be sorted out when you get to the finals?
I don't think state championships should be home field at all. I think 2 teams have made it, and I think that should be played at a neutral site. I'm not saying it has to be a centralized site, but I think these kids deserve great facilities to play a state championship in, and we had a great facility over, I think, Santa Fe High for letting us play over there, not at St. Mike's, but I think the facilities needs to be able to hold enough fans, your press, your video, your coaches, all of those things, and the kids deserve, you know, good locker rooms, and maybe it's coming from some smaller schools, but I just don't think everybody's facilities are built to hold those championship games. And I don't think that anybody deserves really, from past history, from 50, 20, 10 years, 5 years ago, deserves, you know, to have home field advantage in a state championship game. 2 teams made it. They both deserve equal chance at that. That's my belief anyways.
Well, your team made it. Your team won the state title. A bunch of seniors here in the front row. What kind of group do you have coming back? And what do you expect in
These guys right behind these seniors are the guys that are coming back. A lot of them got a lot of playing experience this year and contributed huge to this team. So you know what? This train will keep on rolling. We're excited about it. We've got a great group of freshmen, sophomores behind the juniors here, and then the 8th graders coming up. We're excited. I mean, Warrior football has great tradition. This is our 9th state championship team and our school, and we're excited every year. It doesn't matter. We'll be excited for Warrior football.
I had mentioned 16 years of you coaching the Warriors. What are you going to remember most about this group this year, this state championship?
You know what? This group of seniors has just been a fun, good group. And I don't want to say like the other ones weren't also, but this has just been a really good group. Sportsmanship, I can't say enough about this group of guys for sportsmanship, the way they carry themselves, doing things right on and off the field. That's what I'm going to remember these guys about, and then the grit and determination. These guys have a lot of grit and determination. You know, we've got our big man over here, 6'7", 250. But you know what? Other than that, we're a bunch of rugrats, and we just get after it. And like there are guys like my size, my height, and they have grit and determination, and they don't back down from anything, and they play as a team, and that's what it took. We had to play as a team. I mean, we've got some talented kids on this team, but they are a true team that plays together.
Well, congratulations to the
Appreciate
Rugrats
it.
who get after it, guys.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on another state
Yes, sir.
title for Ruidoso High School.
Thank
We'll
you.
be back with more Game Time after this.
Are you living the life of an athlete? The New Mexico Activities Association brings you Life of an Athlete, a resource for students, educators, and parents to understand the challenges students face. Athletes, one night of drinking will negatively affect your athletic performance for 2 weeks, and athletes who drink or do drugs are twice as likely to get injured. Alcohol's effects can reduce a high school athlete's potential by as much as 20 to 30%. Are you living the life of an athlete? Log on to the website to find out today.
Hi, my name is Dalton Trepp from Ruidoso High School. Welcome back to Game Time.
We already talked about Ruidoso winning the Class 3A state championship, but 3 other schools were crowned state champs this past weekend, including a shootout in Class 6A. Let's take a look at some of the highlights.
La Cueva and Cleveland played a classic football final, and it was a record-setting championship. The two teams went score for score in the early going. La Cueva scored 2 touchdowns in the final minute of the second quarter to take a 34-28 lead into halftime. La Cueva jumped up by 13 points early in the third, but Cleveland took the Bears by storm in the second half with a pair of pick-six scores. Cleveland beat La Cueva 75-61. The combined 136 points is the most ever scored in an 11-man football state championship game. Cleveland has now won state titles in 2019, 2021, and 2022. Artesia's won more state titles than any other football program in New Mexico history, and they've won more state championships than all but just 2 programs in the entire country. The top-ranked Bulldogs went on the road to face Piedra Vista in the Class 5A final. After trailing 7-0, Artesia scored 27 straight points and held on for the 27-14 win. It's their 31st overall state title, the most in New Mexico and 3rd most in the country. The Class 4A final was silver at Bloomfield. The Bobcats playing in the final for the 3rd time in 4 years. The top-ranked Holtz scored the first points of the game on a Mason Lockett touchdown run. Bloomfield would tie the game in the second quarter on a Ryan Sharp QB keeper. Then in the third quarter, Sharp connected with Jesse Seitzinger for the go-ahead touchdown. That's all the scoring they would need. Bloomfield got the 13-7 championship win. It's their first state football title since 1966.
It feels fantastic. It's not only, on top, but to win and get a little bit of redemption, a little bit for the kids. And look what they did today. The defense came out and they were outstanding. They gave up 45 last time. They gave up 7 this time. What can you ask for, JP? Ryan and Jesse on the offensive side, look what the O-line did. Matriculated. We needed a few first downs. They did it.
It feels amazing. I've never had this feeling before, and I'm glad I've had it my senior year. I'm glad to go out on top.
Hi, my name is Gavin Hall. I'm a senior from Ruidoso High School. We'll be back with more game time after this.
We wanted to take this opportunity to remind you, if you haven't already, make sure to download the NMAA 24/7 app. It's free, and free is cheap. Chances are likely you have a phone in your possession right now, so go to the App Store or Google Play and download the free NMAA 24/7 app. It's the best place to find schedules, scores, highlights, and follow your school all year. And here's the best part, we will have giveaways all throughout the year. You will be registered to win just by downloading the app and signing up. We will have prizes from Dick's Sporting Goods, Dion, Sonic, tournament pass giveaways, free tickets, and much more. You like free stuff? Then download the NMAA 24/7 app. The best place to find tournament brackets? The NMAA 24/7 app. The easiest way to find out when your team is playing next? The NMAA 24/7 app. Where can you go to find out the final score you're looking for? The NMAA 24/7 app. It's all in one place. The NMAA 24/7 app. So go to the App Store or Google Play and download the free NMAA 24/7 app.
Last year, we had to change so many games. We had to, you probably got frustrated because you thought you were going to play on a Tuesday, and then we did not have officials, so we had to move the game to Thursday, and football now is on a Thursday and not on a Friday and Saturday. Well, that is all due to not having enough officials because of the bad behavior that is going on within our games. And that's parents included and spectators.
It's everybody's responsibility. We all talk about, is it the coaches, is it the administrators, is it the community member? It's got to be all of us doing it together, because if we all do it together, then it's a lot easier to solve the problem.
Treat people the way you want to be treated. Do you really want someone to yell at you? Do you want someone to sit there and yell at a kid or whatever? If that was your kid, would you want someone yelling at them? No, you wouldn't. I mean, so to me, treat people the way you want to be treated. Act the way you think people should behave. And I think we should all be golden.
Set the example. Set the example for everybody around you.
Winning is fun. Winning is rewarding. Winning is an important goal. But the number one reason kids take part in athletics and activities is to have fun. Don't ruin their experience with inappropriate language. Negative behavior can be embarrassing to your student. Know your role. Your role is to support your student in a positive manner, not to coach, not to referee. But if you're interested in officiating, we can direct you on how to become an official. Call me after this video and I'll be happy to set you up. The way parents behave in the stands has a big influence on how their child enjoys their experience. Let's compete with respect, integrity, and responsibility.
We are going to have an administrator at every single contest to make sure that our parents, that our fans, that our coaches, our athletes are behaving appropriately. And we go back and realizing why we play high school sports. And that is for the friendships, for the love of the game, and to learn lifelong skills.
Hi, I'm Reed Andrade from Ruidoso High School. Stick around for more game time.
Welcome back to Game Time from Ruidoso High School. Now that fall sports are in the books, it's time to turn the page to winter sports, including basketball. Here's an early season look at one defending state champ that's on a long win streak dating back 2 seasons.
The Volcano Vista girls basketball team entered this season with back-to-back state titles, and the Hawks are one of the favorites again this season.
We're still going to be a very defensive team. That's our main game plan. We're still very aggressive. Nothing changes about there. And the game plan just stays the same, but we did learn a lot from our seniors last year. We're just going to carry that forward.
We have lost talent, but we also did play against that talent a lot last year during practice, so we're pushing harder than we were last year.
We lost a lot, but at the same time I have 7 returning. So these 7 were used to going up against the defending state champs. So they know what it takes. They experienced a lot of great experiences with our seniors that we lost last season, and you know, it's their turn. They're ready for it.
Volcano Vista is currently on a 43-game win streak heading into this week. The record is 77 straight wins by El Dorado in the late 80s. The Hawks say they don't think much about their win streak.
No, we don't talk about it. I mean, only when you all ask me the question. But we don't talk about it. It's nothing that we just focus on the now, right now, and just taking one game at a time.
The last girls basketball team to win 3 straight state titles was St. Pius in 2006, 7, and 8.
These girls have been with me for 2-3 years, and they know what to expect. They know what our program's about, and they have it in them to be successful.
Las Cruces High School and Oregon Mountain High School both travel to Albuquerque this weekend to face Volcano Vista Friday and Saturday. That's going to do it for another episode of Game Time. Be sure to check in with us every week during the school year. You never know where we'll be around the state. We'll see you next time on Game Time.